In this video, I want to take a look at a report of revolutionary tech-related scoop on the level of the PlayStation 5 is coming very soon. We'll talk about that. This is going to be coming in Famitsu, and we'll be looking at that. Also, Silent Hill PlayStation 5 rumors continue to circulate as the game is arriving in Dead by Daylight. Where there's smoke, there's usually fire, so we'll talk that. And Jump King for PS4 will be dropping June 9th. Pretty interesting platformer there. We'll talk that at the end of this video. First of all, revolutionary tech-related scoop on the level of the PS5 tech will be coming very soon. As reported by Gematsu, Japanese technology journalist Zenji Nishikawa revealed that he will have a huge scoop on the same level of last year's PlayStation 5 Wired reveal in the June 4th issue of the popular Japanese magazine. Noting, my column in next week's issue of Famitsu is crazy. I got a huge scoop. It's a world premiere article and an exclusive. It may not be weekly Bunshun, but if you want to know if it's a scoop that big, it totally is. It's a scoop from a game company that everyone loves. An insane scoop. Last year, Wired got the exclusive story on the PS5, right? Other media didn't. It's that level of a scoop. I interviewed a certain company's executive and technical staff. It's really revolutionary. Really, it's a revolution. I feel like from the technical aspects of the PlayStation 5, a lot of people are getting a little bit tired hearing about teraflops. I mean, the teraflop meme has just been ran into the ground. Yes, whatever, you want to talk about teraflops, you want to talk about the SSD being a billion times faster than the PlayStation 4's mechanical hard drive. I mean, obviously, an SSD is going to be considerably faster than an SSD. I understand it's a proprietary SSD. Nevertheless, I am getting a little bit worn out by the tech talk over and over again, especially because we just had that thing with Unreal Engine 5, and yeah, the visuals are great, all that stuff is really cool. I think I'm getting to a point where I really don't want to hear about the tech and the hardware anymore, and I really just want to see the games in action. I want to see live gameplay, and I want to know what games are in development. Look, performance is important, power is important, but there's a reason why a platform like the Nintendo Switch has sold an obscene amount of copies, or I should say units, and the games sell an obscene amount of copies, because the games are just at that quality level. The hardware isn't anything to write home about, but the quality of the games are just super compelling, and that platform continues to sell really well. In the case of the PlayStation 5, obviously, technically it has to be at a certain level, and I'll be very disappointed if we don't get, consistent 60 frames per second in games, and at this point, it looks like that might not even be a reality, so I'm kind of tempering my expectations from a technical standpoint, just because I think a lot of people are going to be in for a disappointment if they're expecting every game 4K 60 FPS. I just don't think that's going to be feasible on a $500 box, so at the end of the day, how compelling is that hardware going to be, given that we've seen 4K 60 FPS be done on PCs, notably high-end PCs? But you get the idea. I really do think you have to temper your expectations, because even if the performance is really good year 1, year 2, that performance is going to dissipate year 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look, that happened with the PlayStation 4 as well. The longevity of a console, yes, it's going to be around for a very long time, but that performance does seemingly get weaker and weaker, especially if you comparatively compare it to a high-end PC or just a great PC at the same time period. So I really do think it's more of an imperative that we get high-quality games. Still, hardware reveals are nice, and if we get something super compelling, something that is easily digestible, because a lot of this information about teraflops, about all of the ins and outs of the hardware, I think is going over a lot of people's head, and it's also being misinterpreted by fanboys and things of that nature. But what is something that's going to be easily digestible to the consumers worldwide? That is video games, the actual games that are going to be on the platform, and I really think it's more important that we hear about that stuff. Still, if Nishikawa is hyping it up as something on the level of the Wired reveal, the Wired reveal was pretty major, and there was a lot of information about that, so maybe it will end up being something at that level, and it will be of quality. But if it is a tech reveal, I don't know, I've just had a lot of that with the Xbox Series X's tech reveals, with the PlayStation 5's tech reveals, with everything going on with Unreal 5. It just seems like a lot of people are talking about the nuances of the hardware, where I think at this point people are ready to hear about the games themselves, but maybe I'm in the minority on that. You guys can sound off with your thoughts in the comment section down below. However, here's something that's really exciting. So there have been a lot of rumors circulating that Silent Hill is being developed for a remake on the PlayStation 5 as an exclusive. It would mean that Sony and Konami worked out some sort of agreement, because Konami does own the Silent Hill IP. Who knows what that agreement is? It could be an upfront payment by Sony to utilize the IP and create a video game out of it. It could be something where, like, Konami gets royalties off the games sold, which would be just an insane deal for Konami, because Konami literally has to do nothing. They just have that IP in their back pocket. They're not doing anything with it, so if Sony comes to them and is like, hey, we want to use the Silent Hill IP, we'll give you royalties, or we'll pay you upfront, for Konami, that's a really good deal. But what I want to talk about is things just got a lot more interesting on the Silent Hill front, given that the latest addition to Dead by Daylight, along with a new map named Midwich, is the inclusion of Pyramid Head from Silent Hill 2 and Heather Mason from Silent Hill 3. That seems a little bit too suspect given that a lot of rumors circulating Silent Hill have been going around. Now, you can also make the argument this is just a game like Dead by Daylight. Is that really that big of a deal? Well, Dead by Daylight is a game that does make sense to add Silent Hill content to. If you could do some sort of crossover, hey, it doesn't matter the gravitas of the game. They must have known when Silent Hill characters get added to Dead by Daylight, it's gonna get people talking. I mean, why would you even do something like this? It is Konami, and I don't know who was really involved in getting this agreement done as far as Dead by Daylight is concerned, but this definitely could be a tease for something else to come. According to a recent speculation, the Silent Hill PS5 project has been in development for 18 months, directed by Kiichiro Toyama. And despite Konami denying the reports recently, there's far too much smoke here for there not to be some sort of fire, as there was noted on Push Square. If you ask me, I do think a new Silent Hill game is in development, and I think it's something that, as an exclusive, if Sony could get a deal done on that, man, that is a huge coup for them. Could you imagine a trio of exclusives in Silent Hill? You've got a remake of Demon's Souls, and then let's say Horizon 2. I mean, if that's a launch lineup for the PlayStation 5, that probably won't be a launch lineup, because honestly, that sounds disgustingly good. I don't think we've ever had a launch lineup at that quality level in terms of marquee games. Usually, if you can get 3 marquee games for a launch lineup, you're doing very, very well, because more often than not, you're getting 1, maybe 2. I mean, with the PlayStation 4, as far as the exclusives go, really the only marquee launch title was Killzone Shadowfall, and that game was a little bit of a disappointment. Don't give me that crap with Knack. Knack was not very good, and it wasn't even that hotly anticipated leading up to its release, and then Drive Club ultimately got delayed, and that game didn't even end up being that spectacular. It was a pretty good racing game, but nothing spectacular. The Xbox One, actually, from a launch lineup, I think fared a little bit better, given that you had Dead Rising 3, you had Rise Son of Rome, and then you also had, I believe, was it Forza 5? It had a Forza game at launch, and I did think the launch lineup from them was actually a little bit better. But honestly, if you look at the PS4 and Xbox One launch lineups, they were both pretty terrible, all things considered. They were not very good. You're really getting it for the third-party games, like to play AC4 with better visuals, Battlefield 4, things like that. But I think both Sony and Microsoft know that if they want these consoles to be successful, they need to deliver with the games. They need to offer compelling games on launch day, especially if these are going to be $500 consoles. Ain't no one buying a PlayStation 5 just to play, you know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla with better visuals. That's actually a lie. I honestly, if the PlayStation 5 would still sell really, really well. But honestly, it would just be a little bit of a disappointment if you don't deliver games like your Demon's Souls remake and you didn't deliver games like Horizon 2 or games at that level. I'm not saying it needs to be those games, but it has to be compelling titles like that on launch day. It can't be like, oh, we're gonna reveal Spider-Man 2 and it's not gonna come out until 2021 or 2022. You can reveal games like that, but you also have to reveal the games that are going to be launch titles, and they have to be compelling. I don't want this stuff that Bethesda's doing with Starfield, announcing that game like 4 years ahead of time, and then right now we still haven't gotten any gameplay out of it. I don't want Sony to go that route where it's just a teaser trailer, then a teaser trailer, and then a teaser trailer for games that are going to come out in 2 to 3 years, and then, you know, we get one, you know, nice exclusive for the PS5 launch. That would be very, very disappointing. But Silent Hill, as a PlayStation 5 title, whether it be a launch game or whether it be sometime down the line, that would be a huge coup for Sony. Lastly, I do want to note that Jump King for PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch launches on June 9th. It's noted to be a comically vicious vertical platformer, and it has been dated for consoles. This came out on Steam and PC back in May of 2019, and it was received very well with 2,927 Steam user reviews, 91% positive. It notes, take up the challenge and face true high-stakes platforming and Jump King. Struggle upwards in search of the smoking hot babe of legend, but explore with care. A single messed up jump could lead to a long fall back down. Definitely has an old school look to it. Expect a challenging platform out of this one. Was released at $12.99 on PC. Hopefully on PlayStation 4 it releases right around the same price, and maybe not one to pick up right away, but definitely one to keep on your wish list if you're a fan of old school platformers. And that's going to conclude this video. A revolutionary tech related scoop on the level of the PlayStation 5 wide reveal is noted to be coming in the next week's issue of Famitsu. Let's see how that turns out. Again, I'm getting a little bit tired of the tech reveals. I want game reveals, but if it's at the level of the wide reveal, hey, maybe this will even compel me. Silent Hill PlayStation 5 rumors continue to heat up as Silent Hill content heads to Dead by Daylight, and Jump King for the PlayStation 4 drops on June 9th. That's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.